Hi everyone, it's been a minute since we've done a sit-down video, so I'm super excited about today and the topic that we'll be covering in today's video. Over the last one here, we felt the love, the numbers, the referrals, and the kind messages, and I wanted to start by saying thank you, but also I feel like it's the right moment to reintroduce the business, especially YK Homes. I wanted to take also this moment to say that we'll be rebranding our channel from what you guys knew as Yvonne Candy to YK Homes, and this is because it's more than a name change for me. Honestly, it's more about the kind of content that I want to put out for you guys. I want to be able to create a platform where you guys can come and connect with us as designers. Very soon you guys will be meeting the team, so I'm excited about that as well. And also I want it to be a space where you can come to get tips, insight, inspiration, if you're looking to transform your space, or if simply you just have love for beautifully decorated spaces. This will be that platform for you. Now, before we dive into today's video, let's catch up. I feel like we've been very inconsistent for the last one here. Honestly, I think we've just posted a handful of videos, maybe like 5 videos the whole of 2024, and 2024 was a year where there was big lessons. I can say simply, I can put it as I made some very big strides forward, but still big strides backwards, and that's the thing with entrepreneurship. Also, I feel like starting out YK Homes, I allowed myself time to learn, and I wanted to be able to go through that process, test out different things, test out different visions, and see what fully aligns with me. I think last year was the year where it came clear to me this is the direction that we need to take, but also it came with a big cost. Now, like you guys might have known, because I think I shared this on our YouTube and also on our Instagram, we opened an office. So 2024 was a year for getting on board new designers and parting ways with the designers, getting an office, and by the time we were wrapping up 2024, I closed the office. And when I look back, it all had to happen for us to have gotten to this point, because I'm at a point with this business where I can see everything so clearly and I can see the direction so clearly. So yeah, put a pause for a while, and that's why we were a bit inconsistent last year. We had work, but I think my mind was really focused on getting the work done and working in the business, not working on the business. But yeah, 2025 is all about that shift and carrying the lessons that we picked from last year and bringing them into this year. Now, I don't want this video to turn into a whole sit down video where it's like story time. I still want to be able to focus on the main topic for this video, but I wanted to touch on that, and the simpler way I can put it is we got into one of our biggest renovation project yet. It was the biggest, with big wins for sure, but with tough lessons. And I remember also when we were doing the hiring process for YK Homes, I focused on hiring for this project, not for what YK Homes vision was, but also I think it's because at the time I didn't clearly know what the YK Homes vision was. So we have this huge project that is amazing, connected with the client. It looks like a very good, promising project. So even my hiring was for like, I need people on board to help me push through this project. So we did that. And I think a few months down the line, it's when it just hit me, this is not what YK Homes is all about. Like, yes, we can get this job done, but it's beyond the vision that I have for YK Homes. So with a renovation project that is that huge, it calls for contractors, and we didn't have a contractor on board. So what happened is we ended up doing the contractor's job on top of doing the designer's job, and that affects timelines, it affects budget, that is the company budget as well. You all put focus into delivering this one whole project where you thought it's gonna be 3 months, but because work is piling up and piling up, it takes 6 or 7 months. So that happened. And also down the line, it's when I could see, okay, there's more projects coming in, but the team I have on board, they're ideal for this type of projects, and this type of projects, they're not what aligns, or rather they don't align with what we want to do with YK Homes. So by the end of the year, or rather when we're wrapping up 2024, we wrapped up the project. That's great news. But then I had to part ways with 2 of our designers, so I was left with 1 designer, and now the big office did not make sense anymore. Decided to put a pause for a while, just rest it out and realign the vision. So what I can say is that I'm very, very grateful for this project because it helped us to see the vision very clearly. And now as we restructure, we are restructuring with so much intention. Right now, our hiring process is very, very, very structured. It's very intentional. We are getting designers who can fully align with the YK Homes vision as well. And then number 2 is also our project selection is more sharper than it was before, because it's not every project that is fit for us as YK Homes designers. So we are also very selective on that, but then again it all boils down to this one specific project that taught us a lot. So yeah, this is us at the moment, feeling much rested. We have so much lined up for you guys. Now the only thing I can see is if you're experiencing a challenging moment with your business, embrace it fully. It might be what you need to get to the next step, because that happened to us. So we are grateful for those moments. Now let's get into this video. So this is what we do here at YK Homes. As I mentioned earlier, YK Homes is an interior design studio, and we've mainly focused on turning residential, rather transforming residential spaces into beautiful homes that are a reflection of our clients. For us, personality is a big word, and in every home that you walk into, it should be able to tell a story of who that person is, and that has always been our biggest goal. We are based in Nairobi, Kenya, and many of our projects are within Nairobi and its environments, but we take at least 3 projects, out of town projects per year, and this is because Nairobi keeps us busy. So the more the team grows, we'll be able to also extend our skills and expertise to more out of town projects. Another thing I would say is that design for us is not just about beauty. It's also the connection and the friendships that we form with our clients along the way, and also helping them create beautiful memories in their homes. So if you're just discovering us, welcome on board. If you've been with us since day 1, thank you so much for walking this journey with us, and we can't wait to keep bringing in more magic into your space. Let's talk about our design services, what we offer, and how we work with clients to meet their needs. We've put together 2 services, or rather 2 packages, to just help us to meet you guys wherever you are. If you're trying to just get some inspiration to get started, or if you're trying to work with a professional from concept to completion, then we have the services for you. And I think I'll start with our first one, which is the baby. This is where the business was founded, guys, and if you're an OG, then you remember this one. And this is our design only service, or you guys might remember it as our mood board services. So this one is perfect if you want a professional hire and some guidance, but you're happy to do the execution by yourself. Yeah, and the rate for this one is 30K per room. So I'll tell you what this investment is gonna get you. So we have deliverables for that, and the first thing is a site visit. So we conduct a site visit to just connect with you, immerse ourselves into the space and see what the space needs, how it functions for you, how to bring in the aesthetic element into the space, and also that YK Homes touch into your space. During the site visit, we take our measurements, we draft our sketches. After the site visit, we'll follow it up with a comprehensive design plan, and this design plan is going to have a floor plan. So this floor plan is going to show you the accurate room dimensions, and then it will come with a furniture and accessories layout, so you know what goes where in terms of placement. And then after that, you're going to get a mood board to guide you with the color palette for the space and the materials, and this will actually help ground you as you do your shopping. And the last thing that you'll be receiving with this package is a detailed shopping list. So this shopping list will have images, material descriptions, sizes, recommended suppliers. So let's give an example of a TV cabinet. When we recommend a specific TV cabinet, you're going to put an image of that, and then we'll do the type of wood and the stain to go with, and then we write for you the sizing, and then we write for you the fundi or the supplier that will be handling that piece. But then another advantage with our design only clients is that we have a workshop, so in most cases we end up doing their furniture, so you get to have the supervision done by us from this side. This package is ideal for specific projects, not all projects. And before we can recommend this package to you, we'll have to review your project and see if it's the right fit for this package. But I've written down just a few notes on who is ideal for this package. And this is for small room makeovers, so small rental spaces where you just need to revamp a few things. You want to change your carpet, you just want to add some pillows on your sofa, and maybe change the fabric on your sofa. This is ideal for you. It's also good for projects with smaller budget, and smaller budgets means you can be able to also phase out your purchases, which means you're not buying everything at once. You're phasing out the purchases in that today you can do the TV cabinet, next month you can do your sofa, but then you have this comprehensive plan that is able to guide you as you phase out your purchases. It's also ideal for clients who enjoy shopping themselves and you enjoy the whole design process. So this is a good package for you. But then again, it boils down to, was the project the right fit for this package? So we'll do a thorough review to just make sure you're the right fit for this package before we can recommend it to you. You'll be walking away with a clear direction and a full shopping list ready for execution on your own. And one thing to note is that we'll not be involved in the sourcing, the project management, the shopping for this project. For us, our work stops at the shopping list part, and from there you'll be able to handle everything on your own. So yeah, that's our design only package. But then if this is not for you and you're like, I want more, then we have our next package, which is the full design service. Our full design service is one of our most recommended service, and it's actually what keeps us quite busy here at YK Homes. Most of you guys are looking for a comprehensive hands-on package, and that's what I would like to call it. It's ideal for clients who are looking to have us manage the entire process, that is design, sourcing, shopping, coordination, project management, without them lifting a finger. So it means we are walking the whole journey with you from that initial site visit to the handover day. This you got us. This service is ideal for rental apartment furnishing, so more like what I have with my space. So if you're moving houses and you want it to feel like home and you already have a budget in place to kind of do everything at once, then this package is for you. Ideally, I would say with most rentals you find clients want everything done all at once. That is the living room, the dining, and maybe the master bedroom. And with the rental spaces, that's what you're looking for, yeah. So there's the rental apartment furnishing, and then the next one is homeowners who are doing renovations or makeovers. So many, if you have like a light renovation that you want done with your space, like it was already built, but maybe you want to revamp your kitchen and maybe have new cabinetry, or you want to renovate your bathroom, then this is for you. Or rather, if you just want the furnishing bit done, which is the living room area, the bedrooms, maybe the dining space, this is for you as well. Anyone with a new build, if you're building from scratch, this package is also for you. And this is where we get to work with your architect to review the drawings and ensure everything is good, and then work hand in hand with your contractor or a recommended contractor for the build process. And then it's also ideal for busy professionals, like if you don't have the time to be running around with fundis and to go look for a carpet carpet and go to Eastleigh and look for curtains. If you do not have time for that, then this is the package for you. Again, if you just want a space that is professionally designed, and like every corner, the pillow selection, the vase selection, when you look at the items placed in the room, it's very professional, it's very structured, then again, this package is for you. So this is how it works, and we'll start with a site visit, and this is to do the general consultation. We charge 7,000 for our site visits. That's the current rate, and this site visit will help us to connect with you, to experience your space, see how it functions for you, get a sense of the aesthetic you're trying to achieve with the space, and how we can pull in the YK Homes touch into your home as well. We'll do our measurements, we'll do our sketches, because one thing you don't want is when you're paying a professional, they're calling and they're telling you nipimie ukuta. You don't want that. So it's a very detailed 1 to 2 hours site visit, depending on the scope of work. This site visit also helps us dive deep into the budget allocated for this project. So it's one of the most important conversations to have at the beginning of a project. So as you reach out to us, please have a ballpark figure in mind, or if you don't have a ballpark figure, have a budget range in mind. This is how much I'm willing to spend in my home, because this helps us with the next step. And the next step is putting together a comprehensive design plan, more like what we were doing with the design service. And this is where we give you a floor plan, we give you a furniture layout, so that you can be able to see this is the layout, this is how they want to place the couch, this is where they want to place the accent chairs, the artwork. And then after that, we give you a mood board to help you see the vision that we have for your space, the color palette we are proposing, the materials that we are proposing, and mainly our design phase will be guided by the budget that was discussed during the site visit, because you don't want to be designing and come up with a design that is maybe over the client's budget. So it grounds us as we design. We are kind of boxed within that budget, and it's such an helpful thing, or rather conversation to have during that site visit. So please guys, always have your budget in mind, or rather that range in mind. Now, there is the heavy renovation type of projects, or the build type of projects. This design plan, or this comprehensive design plan, doesn't end here. So you find for heavy renovations and new builds, we have technical drawings. So if it's a kitchen, there's cabinetry layout, there is wardrobe layouts, and this is us proposing, like, this is how we want the partitions to be. So you kind of get to also envision that and see if that kind of storage works for you. Do you like how we spaced out the cabinetry in the kitchen? If we're having like a fireplace structure done in your home, we have to do technical drawings for that, because also that's how we communicate to the contractor, the suppliers, for maybe the stone, just in case there's a cladding being done on the fireplace. So this is very important information and details to have when doing a heavy renovation, or rather a new build. And after that, it's going to be accompanied by some renders, but we are limited, or rather we do our renders mainly for spaces that need renders. So we'll not be giving you renders for all the spaces, because there's also some limitations when it comes to renders. As a creative, I may not be able to dive deep into that, but then you'll have renders for areas like the kitchen, where it's like cabinetry detailing. If there's any inbuilts being done, you'll be able to at least envision that. But for bedrooms, where we are thinking bedding and pillows, we like to focus on mood boards for that part of the design. Once you approve the design and the technical drawings that we give you, we get to the next part, which is providing you with a breakdown of the budget. Remember, we had a budget range. In most cases, we always fall within that budget, or we go a bit higher, something that we know is not outside your control. So this budget is going to be very detailed in a manner where you get to see how the money is spent. So breakdown in terms of furniture, bedding, bedding, mattresses, artwork, carpets. You get to actually see everything in detail and you have clarity on that. And after the budget approval, we now get to work. Now this is where the actual work starts. This is sourcing, shopping, project management, coordinating with the fundis, the contractors, and actually bringing this design into life. And this is always the last phase of the project, and after that we have the handover. And I mean, you're walking into a space where we've made the beds for you, we've placed the curtains, we've put the carpets, the decor is tiled, so you're just coming home to a beautiful space that you invested in, and you'll be happy to be in that space. So yeah, this is our last package. And one thing I would say is, I think our clients, or rather the clients we've interacted with, they pick this package because they want peace of mind, they want thoughtful design, and they want a space that is a reflection of them, without having to lift a finger, without having to fight any fundi anywhere. And this is what we offer. So we love this package, honestly, because I would say it's 80% of what we do. Now, when it comes to rates and how we charge for this service, we do not have a flat rate like we do with the design only service. And this is why you find we charge for a site consultation. And after that, what we do is we give you a custom fee proposal that is tailored for your space and your needs. And the reason why we don't have a flat rate is because every project is different. There's different needs, the scope of work is different, timelines might be different, location is also different. If there is also any technical and specialized kind of work that is going into your project, it has to be charged based on that. But technically, I would say mainly our rates have always fallen between 15% to 20% of the full project budget, and sometimes could be higher based on like how long the project is gonna take and the scale of the whole project. So yeah, I don't have a flat rate for you guys on this one. With the design only we do, and it's the current rate we have. I feel like it's also a disclaimer I can put out there that the 30K per room we have for the design only package, it's a rate that could change next year. When I started out, this was not the rate, but so as we grow, please expect the rates to keep changing and growing with us. But so far, I'm grateful for the support and that you guys have still been calling us and allowing us into your spaces. Project budgets and timelines. Are you guys ready to talk numbers? I feel like it's one of the most difficult conversations to have, but then it must be hard because there is no design without a budget. And every time we put out our projects and the reviews that we do, one comment that will always be in every video is, how much did this project cost? Now, I don't think I'll ever be in a position to actually state how much each project costs because many factors. One of them being it's confidential information for our client. We have contracts signed. It's privacy, right? But then one thing I can do is take you guys through a budget range for like the minimum budget we've handled and maybe the biggest budget that we've handled. I think budgets are also fully dependent on the style that you're trying to achieve. Now, this conversation that I'm having is more based on like, if you're trying to achieve that YK home style into your space, what do you expect in terms of budget? First, a reminder is that we focus on furnishing type of projects. We do not do construction, we do not do build, so we don't quote for construction materials. We leave that work to the contractors. We might be there for the design process, but if there's construction things that are needed, that is the contractor's job. Now, our type of projects and the budgets that I want to give guidance on is mainly the furnishing type, where we have furniture involved, which is like the biggest investment for every furnishing project. We have carpets, curtains, decor, bedding, mattresses, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's it. This is our breakdown. The smallest project budget we've handled is 1.3 million, and I think this was for a living room, dining, and one bedroom. The largest project budget we've handled is a 5.5 million, and this was an entire house. And I think it had like 4 bedrooms. There was a living room, dining, family room. There was still a lot. And the only bit that did not involve the furnishing bit was getting paint. So there's always small bits where maybe we need to add a gypsum somewhere, or maybe redesign your ceiling and we need new gypsum, or we need to paint the house a whole new color. So this all falls under these rates that I'm giving you. But I would say 70% of our projects have been within the 1.3 to 3.5 million range. So one thing also to note is that these budgets that I'm giving are not inclusive design fees. So this is what you have for you to make purchases for your home, not to pay for the services. I hope that's clear. Okay, if you guys will have more questions, maybe you let me know in the comment section, but please don't ask for specific project and ask me to give you a budget on that, because that, like I said, confidential information for our clients. So timelines depend on project size and scope. And our design only service, which is what I started with, takes 2 weeks to deliver. So we'll have done the site visit, and within those 2 weeks we'll have given you your comprehensive design plan and your shopping list, so you'll be good to go. If it's a bigger scope, sometimes we might require more time, but we will communicate as we work on the designs. And then the full project, or rather the full design service, this can take 2 months on average, depending again on the scope of work, but mainly they have been within that 2 months range. And this is because we do a lot of custom work, custom furniture, custom bedding, custom pillows, custom lighting. So it takes a lot of time. So for large renovations or new builds, I might not be able to give timelines on this. And this is because there's external factors that are affecting all these timelines. And this is contractors, approvals. There's just a whole process, and there's so many people involved. So I don't have much control when it comes to those type of renovations, that is big renovations or new build type of projects. So I hope this has covered it all for you guys. I hope I've been able to answer most of your questions with these few topics that we've been able to cover, and I hope it has given you clarity. It has helped you understand how it is working with YK Homes. And as you send in your inquiry, please be sure to have photos, videos of your spaces, because we need to review that. And then we'll be sending you a questionnaire that you fill. And after that, we do what we call a discovery call, which is a virtual discovery call. And we get to just go through that process before we can do a site visit. So I'm excited, waiting to hear from you, and I'll see you guys on the next one.